Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. Welcome to our Cryo-EM Academy channel. Today, we'll be covering the steps to switch samples and create a new session for automated data collection in the EPU software. We will start by assuming a data collection session is already underway. First, we'll guide you through stopping the data collection in EPU, and then we'll demonstrate how to switch samples using the EM control software. After the sample is switched, we will collect an atlas of the newly loaded grid in EPU, then center the energy filter to set up a new session, select square, adjust the eccentric height, define hole pattern, select holes, define exposure pattern, preview data collection, and select mode squares and holes. At last, we will start the automated data collection, which will usually last for 10 to 20 hours. To stop the EPU data collection, we go to the EPU software, go to the top left, click the stop button. Then the system will try to finish what it has been doing. Meanwhile, we can switch to the EM control software, click the column wall as we are going to switch the sample. Then select the grid you want to load, then click the load button as shown in this image. Usually this process will take a few minutes, then the status can be seen here in this window. So now about 4.5 minutes later, sample switching will be completed. Then we can open the column wall to get the electron beam. Then we go back to the EPU software, click the Atlas tab. We just select the grid we just loaded. Check that box here. Click the start. Then the EPU software will collect the atlas of the newly loaded grids. The status can be seen and here on the left. So on the right hand side in the status window, you can see what the microscope is doing now. Here the first tile is available now. That's the center of the TM grids. It will continue collecting more tiles of the entire grid. This is a long process. It will take about 10 minutes in total. Nine minutes later, so the atlas is almost completed. Now we will do the energy filter centering. We need a broken square, so we find one here. Then we move the mouse layer, right click to move the stage here. Now the microscope will move the sample. You see the red cross, that's the indicator of the current position on the grid. So we switch to the first tab, then select the exposure preset and send it to the microscope. So here you can see we went to the ICA mode 81,000. So when we do the energy filter centering, we must be using the same preset as the exposure. Now we switch to the K3 computer, start the GM software. So you can see here on the left, you can see the button for center ZLP. That stands for zero loss energy filter. So a status bar there is popped out. We can monitor it. It's almost done. Then we can go to the results window to see how much the energy filter is drifted away. For this one, it's not like significant, just a few electron volts. Okay, now we can switch back to the EPU software. So click this EPU icon. Then the right monitor will be switched to the EPU user interface. Now we are going to click the EPU tab. Then start a new session. So usually for the naming of the EPU session, we use the data proposal number and the date. Also, if you have more than one grid, so you'd better include the grid information here. Okay, after we set up all the parameters, we click the create. Now we can go to the setup session, then uncheck all the squares using the unselect all. Now we just select one candidate squares, which you think it should have the right eye thickness and the protein density. So let's right click, add it to the target, then right click to move to that square. So later a red cross will show up to see the moving of the sample. Now it comes from the left. Okay, then let's go to the next step. For first square, we need to do the auto-eccentric. So on the right-hand side, in the status window, you will see what the electron microscope is doing. Usually, this step will not take long. Okay, that's done. Now we need to define a whole pattern. So the yellow circles shown up. Now you can move them around. So it's better to select the closest two holes instead of the diagonally two holes. So you can adjust the different center distance and also adjust the size of the circle. Okay, now we click the find host to use this pattern. So you can see all the hosts are automatically selected. Also, you can adjust the ice quality filter on the right, as you learned on day one. Then we select one hole to define the exposure pattern. So right click to move the stage to that hole. Now we can define the exposure pattern. First require an image. Now you can see the three green circles. Those are the exposure patterns. We are going to take 3 shots inside each hole. Now we are moving the tracking area and the focusing area. We would like them to be adjacent to the hole, but on the carbon film. Now we can go to the template execution, do a preview to make sure our settings works. Now it took an image and try to find the accurate position of the hole. Then it's doing the drifting checking and the focusing. This is the FFT to show the focusing. Now we can see the first exposure. This is a filament sample instead of regular single particle data. So the second shot. The third one too. Okay, then we can go back to select more squares and holes. Then after all the targets are selected, we can start the automated data collection.